The rebellion is in shambles. With the recent loss of their leader, they are struggling. But this defeat was not without a victory of its own. For in his final moments, he secured an artifact of great importance. This blade was paramount to the Triumvirate's leadership of Alestia. And without it, their tyrannical grip on the people would surely falter. Having no choice, they give their Grand Inquisitor one simple order. Destroy the rebellion and retrieve the lost blade of the Triumvirate. But Dormek, the new leader of the rebels, has set other plans in motion. Hiding the blade in Valenoth, he is confident that it will be protected. This sheltered hamlet is now custodian to the weapon that would liberate the world. And so, it would be met with a gruesome fate by the Triumvirate and their Grand Inquisitor.
Thank you, sweetheart, for the host. Winds of change. Everything is burning. I can do little to stop it from spreading. Immense pain assaults my head, and I throw my face into my hands. The same question repeatedly plays in my mind. What am I doing here? I have no knowledge of what happened until this point. My brain is struggling to fill in the blanks, not gaining any headway. It is almost like until this exact moment I never existed. Then why is it now that the cognition has found me? Or the cognition, rather. How you doing, sweetheart? Why is it da 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 da? What did I do? Put out these flames? Or perhaps I was the cause of the inferno to begin with. A foolish thought, one I throw away. If I was responsible, then I wouldn't feel this sense of dread, an emotion shared by those who stand beside me.
Come on, pick up the pace. If we waste any more time, we won't make it out alive. There's no way the Elder would let me let that one down.
I feel like she's escorting me, and I should follow her. It could be that she's tasked with my protection? I grasp at straws that are the memories in my mind. I'm only able to latch onto one. It's a title that I go by.
Are you even paying attention?
I'm the seer.
You are a seer. Did you hit your head or something?
She scoffs as he turns the other way. Right. I know she's right. I'm not taking this seriously. It feels like a dream. I doubt that it's all happening. A few moments later, a sudden sensation startles me. There's a firm grip on my shoulder. We aren't alone. Underneath a veil of fright, I turn to greet the second stranger.
Alessa has our safety in mind, okay? Forgive her hot-headedness for me. Freedom isn't too much farther. We need to stay calm and think this through. Two guys like us, we should have no problem. We'll be safe and sound before you know it.
We weave through the houses and alleys to remain unseen. Doing our best to be completely silent, we bring no tension to ourselves. The flames encourage our urgency. We are careful not to be fast or reckless. Our silence makes everything more prominent. However, the screams of those being slaughtered fill me with a feeling of disgust. We need to find cover, and Vanessa points out a small alcove waiting nearby.
Look, they're dying because they panicked. We need to stay calm and think through this together. If we freak out, we'll only end up like them, you know?
Quick save. Alright.
She has a point. Our first instinct was to run, but so was theirs. We should let them face the brunt of this attack.
There has to be another way to do this. Wait, so we let them die to buy us time? Good idea. Let them soak it up for us. Damn, that's dank. There has to be another way to do this. Wait.
What else are we supposed to do? We're not equipped to take them on alone.
Motherfucker, you got a sword and you got tattoos. You look like Kratos. You can take them.
But using them like pawns, Ulrich. The people of Valinor deserve more than that.
Do you have any better ideas? If we try to save them all, we'll die. I'm here to protect you two, not kill you.
My suspicions are correct. Eric is the one protecting us. But why exactly are they a higher priority than the civilians? I ventured a guess that we are certainly in this Valenorth. The pain in my head pulses again and I stumble back. I let out a groan. Urshan rushes over to my side. The exaggerated concern is now understandable.
It must be the smoke. Make sure to sit down. The lower you are right now, the better. Are you having trouble breathing?
Aw. I shake my head and let him know it's not the smoke. This causes Vanessa to chime in, voicing her concerns as well.
Yeah, something else is going on here. He's been acting strange for a while now. Is there something you need to tell us?
I don't know what's going on. I can't seem to remember anything.
Did some debris fall on your head back there? I'm starting to side with Valessa on this one. Come on, time to gear you up.
Oh yeah, time to get Claymore and shit. He steps away for a few moments, inspecting the grounds around him. And there's a brief period where I can't see him, but he returns with a blade. The fire causes it to glisten, almost like his raging pecs. No, I'm not teasing. But almost like it's begging me to take it.
I don't care what's going on in that head of yours, but it's not more important than your survival. We're all overwhelmed. It's not just you.
He holds out the blade, expecting my compliance. At this rate, it seems like fighting may be inevitable.
Take it. We won't be standing here forever. As soon as we leave this alcove, we'll be vulnerable. I can't take care of you all the time, you know.
Of course, I'll defend myself as well.
Now that's what I like to hear. I'll feel better if you have something to fight with. Valessa has her daggers, but you had nothing.
I grab the blade and swing it a couple times, testing its weight. It seems good enough for me. I wouldn't have any problems using it. Though it was a far cry from the massive blade that Auric carried.
Now then, it's time to move. Seems like some of the noise has finally died down. We should start by investigating the town square.
Okay, save that one. Okay. He walks off, expecting us to follow along. But as I'm about to take a step, Vanessa grabs my arm. The look in her face tells me something's wrong.
You were confused about all this, right? I bet you don't even know what being the seer means. Or how we've known each other for our entire lives.
Aww. I look at the ground in both shame and confusion. She's completely right, my head is a mess. I try to think of an excuse, her response surprises me.
That's normal, but please listen. We only have a few moments before Ulrich notices we're not there. The seer is special. You wield spirits to induce prophetic visions.
Aww.
When you have these visions, you're unable to remember anything. When you wake up, you'll dismiss it as a dream and forget it ever happened. As your scribe, it's my job to help you take advantage of this. We have to follow Ulrich now, but know one thing. The way you're acting, I'm certain this is a vision. That means you can use it for information.
She takes a few steps closer to me and grabs my hands. Staring right in my eyes, I notice a glimmer of hope shining within her.
I'm relieved. This means Valinor is still fine. When you wake up, use this vision to save everyone. It's your duty as seer to ensure this doesn't become real.
She lets go of my hands and follows after Alaric. She lets go of me. Although it's hard to believe it, she said, I'm less confused. I finally had a reason why I felt so disconnected. If it was a vision, then what would become of Alaric and Vanessa? Would all this carnage be undone as soon as I wake up? Or I woke up? What if they died? What if I'm died in this vision? After I follow after Vanessa, realizing I might never know. But a faint sense of determination rises within me. If there was a chance I could stop this, I had to do it. In the present day of Thramvernat conspires and their Grand Inquisitor. But the events that led up to Valenor's destruction had yet to be set in motion. Savvy knelt before his masters, more eager to serve than he ever had been before.
Rise, Sylvie, but please assure us of your certainty. We hate to act without knowing everything.
The prisoner mentions Valenorth over and over. The rebels are hiding something of importance there. Along with recent events, we can only surmise one thing.
The Blade of Exodus.
I am almost certain. But if that's where they've chosen to hide it, it means that our other target is also there.
Your compliance pleases us, Sylvie. Your plan was risky, but it worked out in the end. A final interrogation would influence our decision further.
You'd have me interrogate the prisoner once more. If I may be so bold, to what end do you request this?
Not you, Sylvie. We want your apprentice to do this. It is time for him to prove his worth.
Their voices echo loudly through their darkened chambers. It mattered not which Tremlivor spoke, for what they were all and have one mind. With a clear irritation in his voice, Sylvie said his best to stay calm, or did his best to stay
My
calm.
apprentice, I've told you many times I want to work alone. It would be more efficient for me to do this myself.
Insubordination? This is unbecoming of you, Sylvie. We demand that you obey. The role of Grand Inquisitor can be very dangerous. If we were to lose you, a replacement would be necessary. You must train this replacement while you still breathe.
As you command.
Survey turned his back to the Turvan Vate to spot his apprentice. He was standing by the door listening to their conversation. If he had heard Survey's distaste for him, he showed no concern.
Interrogation? And what would you have me extract? I thought the prisoner was at his wit's end.
Anything to confirm our suspicions about Valenorth. If you fail, I will not hesitate to punish you. Remember what we're on the verge of.
I understand, Master. I'll do my best to get you what you need. What are the limits when it comes to my approach?
Keep him alive, Halen. I find that psychological pain is the most valid approach. He cares more for his rebel allies than he does for himself.
Then I will threaten the rebellion's very core. I'm grateful to have this opportunity, Master. Things are starting to line up well for me.
They tend to do that when you have the Triumvirate's blessing. We should take care of this immediately and catch them unprepared. Every moment we waste is a moment they gain, Halen.
They leave the room together, talking amongst themselves. The Triumvirate waits until they are gone before speaking, a faint smile on their faces, as age-old plans come to fruition.
So it's finally going to happen, isn't it? What we've been waiting for all these years. Do you think we should tell Sylvie our true plan?
Look like stand-ins for Kingdom Hearts. Alan entered the prison cell without Sovereign by his side. His master remained outside as a pseudo display of trust. But it was evident that to Holland that no trust existed. The prisoner looked up surprised to see a different face. Yet within him, still a very slowly dwindling hope. Cut off from the rebellion, those would be his final days.
So, someone different has finally come. What are you, the executioner or something? I figured it was only a matter of time.
Actually, Sophie said to keep you alive. You seem to underestimate your value, Shane.
I don't know why I did that by mistake, but...
You think I'm important? That's not what I expected to hear.
Don't take it the wrong way. You must not know what I meant.
He knelt down in front of the prisoner. With a sinister smirk, he tried to intimidate Shane.
You're important as a bargaining chip. And the fact I must keep you alive is a curse. When I'm through with you, you'll beg for death. You see, I'm different from Sophie. He's past the bar. They no longer need to test him. But I'm in the position where results must happen. When we give you back, you'll be a broken man. And soon after, the foundation of the rebellion will crumble. You think we don't know that Damek is your leader?
What?
Shane's eyes shot wide open and under shock. It seems that Hanlison's threats worked to great effect.
You'd be stupid not to think we have inside men. I could order Damek's execution in a matter of seconds. You don't value your life, but you value his. Good. Now, I expect you to answer my questions. The Blade of Exodus, is it in Valenorth Village? And the one who can wield it, do they live there as well?
By the time we catch up to Yorick, he's already too late. His large blade was in dreadlock with one of the enemy soldiers. Vanessa draws her daggers, and I hold my sword ready.
We order you to cease your resistance. Those who support the rebellion must perish.
To break the deadlock, Yorick kicks the opponent in the gut. They stumble back, ready with their blade with a flourish. It isn't much longer until they charge toward him again.
Melissa, your dagger!
Yorick jumps out of the way and rolls towards us. Landing to his knees, he pries one of the daggers from her grip. Without even looking, he throws it behind himself. He closes his eyes, looks down at the ground. When he hears the impact of the dagger, his ears fold back. For a moment, it looks like he's actually sad.
Spirits, please forgive my misdeeds. I acted only to protect those under my watch.
Yorick cares about the spirits. For some reason, I didn't expect that. But before I could think about this further, something happens. Catching Vanessa and I off guard, that we're completely in disbelief.
Huh?
He notices the shock expression on both of our faces. Rising to his feet, it's not long before he wears the same look. The enemy Senja fell, as expected, but there's nothing inside. Scattered pieces of armor out on the ground, or scattered pieces of armor litter the ground. As we process this revelation, confusion soon assails us. This is no ordinary attack. What we just saw was impossible.
What's going on? Ulrich, what are those things?
I don't know. Come closer, you two. This doesn't feel right.
Only those who've mastered the spirits could do this.
That can't be true. The spirits are pure. They aid us.
Not anymore.
Yeah, sure looks like they wanted to help. It's not my only concern, though. Look at this.
She scoffs as she steps toward the helmet. She kneels down and pulls her dagger out of it.
Do you recognize these colors, Ulrich?
No, why would I?
Gold and white. The triumvirate standard. I would have never made such a deduction, but only they could wield the spirits in this fashion.
Why would they do such a thing?
I'd like to know. They're supposed to be our protectors. Some people even think they created.
Wouldn't be the first time they attempted occupation. They hinted that the rebellion was involved here. Valessa, do you know anything about that?
I don't. So much has changed lately. With our last elder gone, Miles has been in charge. Maybe he has something to tell us.
It's worth a shot. We should see if he's alive. Protecting you is my goal, but now I want answers. If anyone knows about this, it would be him.
But, alright, I'm actually going to save it here on my end, because this is purely story-driven. I don't want to, like, ruin too much more. For those who are just kind of curious what the game looks like. Again, this is going to be mostly for a clip for YouTube, so I'm going to go ahead and save it. Gonna quit it. But the story is actually really outstanding so far. I'm actually getting really into it. I'm probably going to, like, finish it off on off-stream and set to auto and then, you know, click things as I go along there. But actually really good. Alright, we have one last game for today, which I'm probably going to play for the majority of the remainder. Which is The Decay of Logos. Which is